Begin.
Hello, everyone. I'm Zachary Mortensen. This is my brother, Bryce Mortensen.
Let's get
We
it.
are going for our NBA full season awards now that the regular season has now concluded. Seeing as these are regular season awards, I see it fitting that we go over who we should, who we think we should be the award winner for the MVP and the All NBA teams and the defensive and rookie teams and other awards. So let's get into it. Bryce, why don't you start off with your All NBA first team?
All NBA first team. I have Shea. They're the first in the West. As there's Luca, Tatum, Giannis, and Jokic. Like I believe they all averaged over 30 points a game. I think this year. Is that correct?
Shea, Doncic, Jokic,
Tatum.
Tatum. No, he averaged like 27.
But still, like he's on the best team in the NBA. I can't there's a difference. I know there's some um best teams in the NBA record wise that wouldn't deserve a player in all NBA first team, but Tatum's a guy that does deserve it. How about you?
In my first team, I have Jalen Brunson, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander as my guards. I have Luka Doncic actually as a forward, and Giannis Antetokounmpo as the other forward, with Nikola Jokic as the center.
Yep. Now
Jalen,
second.
reason why the Knicks are this second seed. If he was not there or he did not step up his game, even compared to last year, the Knicks would be a 5 seed at best, considering their injuries that they've had, with Julius Randle being out for the season and OG Anunoby also missing time.
But they still might be screwed in the first round though.
Quite possibly.
They very well probably should have lost today. They probably would have been best for them.
Possibly, yeah.
So I would prefer to play the Pacers over the Heat and the 76ers any day. Unless if you're the Atlanta Hawks.
What about your second team?
My second team, I have Brunson, like you said, the only reason they're the second team. I have Ant, Kawhi Leonard, KD, and AD. Because
Okay.
AD's only missed 6 games this year and was consistent. KD again, people were doubting him staying healthy, and he stayed healthy all year and was
Yeah.
dominant. And Kawhi, people think that he was faking injuries. You could see the difference between Kawhi last year to this year. It's really far difference. And there's a reason they're the third seed, and it's him. And yeah, and Brunson, yeah. How about you, Zachary?
My second team, I have Tyrese Halliburton, Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant, and Domantas Sabonis. Tyrese Halliburton led the league in assists, had 2 consecutive games of 20 assists
We went to
and
one of
20
them.
points. Yes, where he tied the Pacers record for most assists in a game with 23. And that was against the Knicks.
Yep. Now you could do third team first.
I have for my third team, I have Stephen Wardell Curry the second, Devin Booker, LeBron James, Paolo Banchero, and Victor Wembanyama.
Yep. As my guards, I have the Akron Hammer and Curry. The Akron Hammer. My other guard, I have Tyrese Halliburton. For my forwards, I have Paolo, and I have the guy who's won two rings down south in Miami and LeBron James. And I have Victor Wembanyama. Because like if the Spurs did not have Victor Wembanyama, they would be the worst team in the NBA by far.
Yeah, they might not have even gotten to 10 wins.
Like they might have been the worst team of all time without him.
Yes.
Even worse than those Bobcats and steamroller teams. I'm not going to discredit those terrible steamrollers.
Yeah. Who's your MVP, Bryce?
Oh, Jokic. I mean,
Jokic?
he averages like over 10 assists a game as a center. Is it over or is it still a little under? Because I know it.
Let me get the exact number. I'm gonna look it up on ESPN right now for you. For my MVP, I have Luka Doncic.
I had him as second.
That's fair.
I just
Uh, for Jokic is 9 assists per game.
okay. It must have went.
Luka led the league in scoring, was second in assists, averaged 9.2 rebounds, led his team to not be in the play-in, led his team to a top six seed after a slow start, and he was actually fairly efficient from three for one of the first times in his career, shooting
Yeah,
38.
I'm very well aware. Like him and Irving were keep splashing threes on my team a few days ago. I'm very well aware of how efficient he was. Eh,
Are you sure? Are you
yeah,
sure about that?
I'm sure I don't need to vision his efficiency anymore.
What about Kyrie Irving's handles, though?
He's not as good as
He was.
he wasn't as good as White Chocolates back in the day or Allen Iverson,
I don't know.
but like his handles are pretty good.
Okay.
How
For
about
your offensive first team, who might you have? And
defensive?
it's, position specific, you can have five players of any position. It's just
Yep.
five players.
I got Herb Jones, Alex Caruso, Victor Wembanyama, Rudy Gobert, and Bam Adebayo. Like Herb Jones, is the glue to the Pelicans. Like if he wasn't there, they would be in the play-in, if not even in the
They
play-in.
are
Oh, they are?
the
Oh,
Suns are sick.
oh, you're right. They wouldn't be in the play-in without him. Is that better?
Yeah.
I I was looking at the standings and they didn't have those two games listed yet. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because the NBA website is slow.
Yeah.
How about you for your first team?
For my all defensive first team, I have Rudy Gobert, Jared Allen, Victor Wembanyama, Derek White, and Anthony Davis. Victor Wembanyama led the league in blocks,
As a
had over
rookie?
a game. Yes, as a rookie, and not even playing 30 minutes a game. And Jared Allen held it down for the Cavs, especially in this injury riddled season, playing over 70 games for the Cavaliers and keeping them solidly in contention for the playoffs and ultimately helping them secure the fourth seed.
I'll talk about Bam since you talked about Jared Allen. So for Bam Adebayo, like people like don't under like they look at the block stat and they were like, oh, he averages like a little over a block a game. That shouldn't be there. But he also averages like 1.8 steals a game. Like for me, like if he was a power forward, like I'm just saying, like if people saw him like as a power forward, they would think of him as the best defensive power forward in the NBA. Like
Okay.
since he's classified as a center, all that people look at is the block stat. Like what Bam is like he's a forward center. You get it, Zach?
Yeah.
Like he's more of a forward. But yeah, Bam is the best perimeter defending big man in the NBA. It's not even close. That's why I had him. And for Wembanyama, he's the best interior or um defensive player in the NBA. Big man in the NBA. That's how I'll put it.
Okay.
Now, how about second team, Zachary?
In my second team, I have Jalen Suggs, Herbert Jones, Jaren Jackson Jr., Bam Adebayo, and then Isaac Okoro.
Okay, Isaac Okoro is just a is he's just saying that one.
No, I am not.
For my second team, I have 80. Did you have 80?
He was on my first team
Okay, 80, Chet.
because I put Bam Adebayo on my first team,
You didn't want to.
but I put him on my second team.
Chet, Jalen Suggs, Derek White, and Jaden McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels is a better Isaac Okoro.
Isaac Okoro is a better slashing Marcus Smart.
But I'll put it just like I said with Herb Jones with the Pelicans, I'll put it for Jaden McDaniels with the Timberwolves. Like he's the yes, they have Rudy Gobert, but like if they didn't have either, like if one of them were gone, it will be a big difference on what their team does.
Yeah.
That's why I have him on second team and Rudy Gobert on first team. Because if they didn't have either or just had one less, they would be terrible defensively.
Okay.
Who do you have for defensive player of the year, Zachary?
I have Rudy Gobert.
I had it as Rudy Gobert, but should be Wembanyama. The reason I
Well, if
say
the Spurs were better, it would be.
like
It's
the
just
reason I say that
Spurs
is
are in the
because
bottom half of the league.
the reason I say that is because it should be Wembanyama because he averages more blocks and steals. I know that's not like a telltale like you shouldn't go off of stats like that, but like they're a huge like there's a huge difference in both of those stats. You get it, Zach?
Yeah,
That's why they're gonna vote Rudy Gobert even though it should be Victor Wembanyama.
I
Now,
see.
now on to the rookie teams. I'll do my first. I have JJJ, Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren, Derek Lively, and Brandon Miller.
In
I think
my first
here I'll
team,
say this. Wait, I'm going to talk about each of these guys' potential a little bit. With
okay.
with JJJ, I can see him as like a Jimmy Butler in the future. That's the type of player he is. Okay, you can laugh.
Okay, then.
Go ahead, laugh. Like no, I'm talking about like skill set, like a better shooting Jimmy Butler. Like he's an
Mm,
amazing defensive player. How about you? Who's on your first? And obviously Wembanyama is probably gonna like he's on pace to be the best player in the world. Obviously, and Chet, sky's the limit with Chet as well. Derek Lively, I could see him as a Rudy Gobert. Like I just think that's the best he could be. It's Rudy Gobert. And Brandon Miller, I could see him with the ant potential, like Anthony Edwards potential. How about you?
Like you said, Wembanyama has the potential to be the best player on the planet in basketball. Chet Holmgren is just going to continue to solidify himself as one of the best players in the interior. Brandon Miller, I kind of see him having sort of like a Paul George type game. I
I
also have G. Jackson with his age being the youngest player in this class and his scoring. I think he can end up being a pretty decent scorer in this league. And I have Jaime Jaquez Jr. in my first team. I just think he'll just be a all around do whatever you need guy that'll just do whatever it needs to win. He won't necessarily be the flashiest player,
That's why I
but
said Jimmy Butler, because he's not the flashiest player. He just
well,
consist.
Jimmy Butler became flashy though.
Wow, he's more of a memeable player now.
Well, I guess, but for my
Okay.
second, where I'm not really going to go over the
The
potential,
potential
as,
of these guys.
but I have Cam Whitmore, Brandon Podzimski, Amen Thompson, Derek Lively II, and Oscar Thompson. An honorable mention to Anthony Black and Grady Dick themselves. That was a great job that they did together. What a performance in
Yeah.
showing by them.
I have the Thompson twins, like you said. They were consistent. Brandon Pazensky was good this year. Keontae George and yeah, Cason Wallace were all like Keontae and Cason Wallace were just consistent.
Well, Keontae was didn't really have a shot.
Fair.
He's a walking brick for an
That's
NBA player. Okay, that's not me throwing shade at his basketball
so Draymond
ability.
Green.
That's relative to his competition.
Are you gonna
When I
say
say
he's a
relative
Draymond
to
Green? So you could see him as a Draymond Green.
offensively,
Okay, now who's your rookie of the
who's
year?
your man?
Rookie of the year. We haven't said who our rookie of the year was.
Oh yeah. Well, that's obvious. We don't. Do we really need to say
It's
that we're
Victor
both? Yeah,
Wembanyama.
really both need to say Victor Wembanyama.
True.
Well, who's your sixth man of the year?
Malik Monk. Like he was like consistent. Like he was consistent. I could see him like when I was looking at previous six man of the years, like when I was researching this, I'm like, who was the people that they were picking the last few years? Like they picked offensive guys. They normally don't pick defensive guys. So I'm like, I'm not gonna pick like a what's like a pure defensive guy like Herb Jones, who is mainly coming off the bench, might I add, I believe. No, he wasn't. I was thinking of someone else. But yeah, that's why I picked Malik Monk because he was scoring a lot of points. How about you?
I have Karis LeVert.
Okay, you're just you just want Cavs to win something.
No, because of our injuries. If it wasn't for Karis LeVert being our sixth man, and he didn't even really start when we were injured, he was still coming off the bench. And then the way that he was able to find a role and be able to distribute the ball and then score when needed was very helpful to our team down the stretch and help it made it so that we did not self uh, collapse even
Well, you very
more.
well might self collapse against the Magic.
We will not. You might self collapse against the Sixers and then the
All right.
Bulls and
We
or
almost
Bulls
lost to
are
the Bull. We almost lost to the. We did lose to the Hawks last year in the play-in, and but we should have lost to the Bulls in the play-in. I want to thank DeMar DeRozan for choking at the end of that game. He's the reason we made the finals. I want to thank DeMar DeRozan. Your coach of the year,
I have Chris Finch.
Mark.
I I did not have Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah, I had them as a playing team at best. I did not feel that they were the well-oiled machine that they have become, and a team. I knew that they would be good on defense. I just didn't think that they would have enough offense to sustain winning at a high level.
I knew Ant was really good,
Well, yeah,
but they should be the one seed if Cat stayed healthy.
yeah.
Okay, my coach of the year was Mark. Is it Diamant? I have no idea how to pronounce the Thunder's coach. His last name is Dangnot. Do you know how to pronounce it, Zachary?
Mark Dagnall
However you pronounce it. I did not have. I had the Thunder in the plane at the beginning of the year. I will acknowledge that. I did not have them as a one seed. Like I did not expect. Like for this is me. I didn't expect Chet Holmgren to be good.
Yeah, then it's supposed to be if for Texas on one.
But yeah, like I said, I had the Thunder as a play-in team at the beginning of the year, so I did not want I did not I had the Timberwolves as the three seed at the beginning of the year, so I just wanted to I was being honest to myself, like they were more impressive to me than the Timberwolves. No, Zach, who do you have for executive of the year?
Danny Ainge. Oh no, it's Brad Stevens now. I forgot.
It's Wick Grossbeck. He's the executive.
Of the Celtics?
Yeah, like when I looked it up,
I thought it was Brad Stevens.
let me double check.
It was Danny Ainge, and then he sat down, and then it became Brad Stevens, I thought.
Oh, it's Brad Stevens. I was thinking of someone else. Yeah, Brad Stevens.
You're tripping balls.
Apparently, Brad Stevens. Whoever Wick is, whatever Wick Grossbeck is, good job, Wick.
Okay,
Hold on, let me
then.
search up who Wick Grossbeck is.
Bruh.
He's the governor of the Boston Celtics. I knew Wick Grossbeck. He's the governor. Sure, he could be the governor of the year. Wick Grossbeck.
You dingleberry.
Most improved, Tyrese Maxey.
Kobe White.
I would say Kobe White, but he fell off at the end of the year.
Well, his team is in the play, and they're probably going to beat the Hawks, and then probably going to beat the Heat.
They're not beating
So,
the Heat. NBA Hustle Award.
bro,
Whose whose stats do not get put on there?
Sam Merrill and his charges taken.
Adebayo.
Overrated.
And Asakura. And Jared Allen. And always there's Hassan Whiteside. You knew I thought of that of Evan Mobley.
I know, but it's just blasphemy to hear.
He's Hassan Whiteside.
Bro.
Do you have any final thoughts on the? Oh wait, let's go over our what we think in the plan. Let me who so in the West, who do you have
You
winning?
already know what I think is going to happen in the East. I literally just said
Pelicans or Lakers?
Bulls,
Zach, Pelicans or Lakers?
Lakers,
Okay. Warriors, Kings.
Kings,
Kings, Pelicans. You have King.
King.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you have the Lakers
The
as the
seventh, and then the Kings is the eighth.
okay. I have the Pelicans and I have the Pelicans and Warriors, and I have the Warriors beating the Lakers.
Nice.
So I have the Pelicans and Warriors making playoffs. In the East, I have the Heat and the Bulls winning, and the 76ers beating the Bulls. Any final thoughts on anything?
Uh,
But it's been nice. If you have any comments for us, we read them all since there's barely any.
yeah,
We'll read
have
them
fun.
all. We'll comment if it's respectful. See ya. Peace.